Have you ever wondered what really attracts women and makes them want you more? Imagine having the ability to fully understand exactly what women desire, but never ask for. In today's video, we reveal 7 crucial traits that women secretly love in a man. These concepts, from mastering the skill of unexpectedness to knowing when to say no, will improve your relationships and boost your allure. Stay tuned until the end because the 6th point is a game changer that you can't afford to miss. Let's delve into these powerful secrets that will set you apart from other men. Before we start, I would appreciate it if you liked the video. You can help me spread Stoic philosophy. If you are not subscribed, I urge you to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss any videos. Now let's get started. The first most important trait that women seek in a man is his capacity to take charge of situations. It's no secret that one of women's most passionate fantasies revolves around a man who radiates confidence and aggressiveness, steering the course of events with comfort. Feminine women are especially attracted to men who demonstrate that trait, finding enormous attractiveness in a partner who assumes leadership roles. Imagine this: you're on a date with a woman, and when you enter a diner, you take the initiative to determine where you'll sit. Your aggressive attitude expresses to her that you are in charge of the situation, creating a sense of stability and admiration. Women are prone to commit themselves to a man who shows his capacity to take control, embracing his position as a decisive leader. Unfortunately, most men fall into the trap of losing control, allowing women to decide the direction of their own lives. It goes beyond ordinary passivity. It's about letting their girlfriends or spouses have total influence, controlling every aspect of their lives. By doing so, they unintentionally assume a submissive role, similar to that of a child under the control of a parent. Avoiding this mistake is important. When a woman considers you as lacking in determination and protective inclinations, it's difficult to reverse that impression. It's necessary to demonstrate your independence and autonomy, exhibiting your competence to make decisions and protect her well-being. By embracing your position as a confident and aggressive leader, you not only boost your attraction in the eyes of women, but you also build an aura of empowerment and self-confidence within yourself. Therefore, the next time you find yourself in a scenario where leadership is called for, embrace the opportunity to take charge and leave an unforgettable impression. The second major attribute that women appreciate in a man is his sense of style and presentation. Imagine this scenario. You meet a beautiful woman who meticulously is tailored to her beauty, devoting time and energy into keeping her attractiveness. She emanates confidence and composure, which is testament to her devotion to self-care and refinement. On the other side, when the time comes for a date, the man shows up outfitted in a football jersey, shorts and flip-flops. It raises the question, would this clothing stimulate interest from the woman? The answer is obvious. Such casual dress is unlikely to impress. The value of dressing appropriately cannot be emphasized. Your outward look is an indication of your self-worth and attention to detail. It's similar to a type of seductive charm, improving your overall attractiveness and charisma. Investing in your appearance can be a powerful tool in the game of attraction, similar to doping for seduction. However, dressing attractively doesn't necessarily equate to spending on expensive designer labels. Rather about establishing a polished sense of fashion that suits your personality and physique. By emphasizing your clothes, conveying to women that you respect both yourself and the impression you make. In essence, dressing properly is a tangible sign of your devotion to excellence, establishing the stage for intriguing encounters and crucial connections. So take my advice and boost your style game, because in the field of romance, first impressions count more than you may believe. The third important attribute that women seek in a man is unpredictability. Imagine a man who easily stirs sentiments and interest in a woman's heart. He's not the predictable type that makes use of the same dull routines on a daily basis. No, he's the embodiment of freedom and excitement. Compare this with the tedium of a man who follows a fixed script, always talking and doing the same things. He's the embodiment of predictability, an uninteresting presence in a woman's life. To truly catch a woman's interest and kindle her passion, one has to break free from the shackles of habit. It's about embracing the unexpected, pervading spontaneity into every interaction. Whenever a man gets too predictable, a woman's interest eventually fades. She may not express her dissatisfaction, but her actions will speak volumes. She might start to withdraw slightly, showing her diminishing interest. Occasionally, she can disappear without a trace, leaving the man confused and wondering what went wrong. Understanding this dynamic is important. If a woman refuses to reply or disappears, it's an obvious sign of her lack of interest. Constantly pestering her with texts will only serve to annoy her further. Instead, it's important to use a more restrained technique. Send a single message and then gently walk away. A woman who is truly interested will make her plans known, saving both parties unnecessary dissatisfaction and frustration. The fourth attribute that women desire in a man is a balanced amount of respect, one that doesn't wander into the boundaries of excessive deference. It might come as a surprise, but too gentle behavior can actually undermine your love efforts. Most men fall into the trap of treating a woman they're attracted to with an excessive amount of reverence, similar to how they would treat their sisters or mothers. Society normally fosters a perception of politeness and respect towards women, promoting actions like opening doors or offering flowers. While these behaviors are beneficial, they can occasionally backfire if practiced excessively. If your aim is to successfully attract and charm a woman, you must learn to traverse the complexities of her emotions, showing confidence and boldness in your actions. An excessively respectful attitude can prevent you from properly expressing your desires and intentions. Rather, adopt a more fun and bold attitude. Tease her, engage in humorous conversations, and never shy away from flirtatious physical contact. If you do so, you progress from being considered merely a friend to a person with romantic possibilities. It's important to clarify that advocating for confidence doesn't amount to advocating for arrogance or rudeness towards women. Instead, it's about striking the delicate balance between admiration and boldness. Never place women on pedestals or have a subservient mentality, as this can contribute to being relegated to the part of the perennial nice guy who fails to attract romantic interest. Every woman holds both beautiful and bold facets to her nature. Your task is to handle these nuances effectively, catering to each component at the appropriate moment. By embracing your boldness and honesty while sticking to limits, you place yourself as a captivating and dynamic presence in a woman's life, someone who is capable of kindling both her desire and admiration. The fifth important trait that women seek in a man is his capacity to listen attentively. Listening is an ability that holds tremendous power in creating deep connections and understanding between people. It's no secret that women are naturally drawn to verbal communication, often using conversation as a way for expressing their thoughts and feelings. From a young age, girls are likely to establish their communication skills earlier than boys, entrenching an act of verbal expression as a fundamental component of their personality. However, regardless of this innate predisposition towards communication, many men fall short in investing the necessary time and focus to genuinely listen to what a woman is conveying. Here is the essence of the matter: listening actively versus passive hearing. While many people can engage in passive listening, essentially nodding along without fully absorbing the topic of the discussion, active listening entails a deeper level of participation. It entails focusing closely on the woman's words, asking relevant questions, keeping eye contact, and displaying genuine agreement and understanding. The effect of careful listening cannot be overstated. By interacting with a woman's remarks, you convey your genuine attention and respect for her views and feelings. This, in turn, encourages a strong sense of connection and attraction. It's similar to opening a door to her inner world, enabling her to feel heard, seen, and appreciated in your presence. As you strengthen your listening skills, you'll start noticing an enhancement in your interactions with women. The more you sincerely listen and engage with them on a more profound level, the more they will be pulled to you. It's a subtle yet strong weapon that encourages you to exert greater influence and control in your relationships. So acknowledge the power of attentive listening and observe how it transforms your interactions and relationships for your benefit. The sixth thing women desire is for men to perform oral sex on them, but with sincere passion and devotion. If there's a single request that almost any woman would make of her man, it's this. It's not just about a few desultory minutes before intimacy. It's about establishing a relaxed, pleasurable experience where she feels appreciated and valued. Most women express bitterness when their partners tend to approach oral sex as a mere duty without genuine passion or excitement. In comparison, a man who performs this intimate action with satisfaction, concentrating entirely on his partner's fulfillment without watching the clock, can give her a unique feeling of pleasure and intimacy. Women value a man who invests time and energy into their pleasure, and this will make her feel more enthusiastic and attached to you. By fully engaging in this routine with a concentration on her pleasure, you not only meet your common interests, but also deepen the bond you share, creating a deeper and more intimate relationship. The seventh important thing you should do is learn to say no to her. Women usually test men to make sure they are dating someone strong and trustworthy. These tests may include making strange or ridiculous demands just to gauge a man's boundaries. Most men, in an effort to please, ultimately end up saying yes to everything, resulting in what is generally known as a pushover. This is a terrible mistake. Contrary to what some might think, women do not prefer men who agree to all their requests. While women admire men who do things to make them happy, they respect even more men who can establish boundaries and boldly say no when necessary. Being able to say no is an indication of strength and self-worth, both of which are highly attractive qualities. Pay attention to this notion. Women lose interest when they discover that a man's world rotates completely around them. Think of a diamond. Its rarity is what makes it so special and valuable. Scarcity creates desire. In a similar way, a man who is always available and says yes to anything loses his charm. To preserve this attractiveness, you need to value yourself and your objectives. It's beneficial to help other people, engage in conversations with women, and do favors, but not at the expense of sacrificing your needs and dignity. When you begin to disregard your own priorities in order to care for other people continuously, you decrease your worth and come across as desperate. Distinguishing yourself from other men requires becoming like a diamond, precious and scarce. Learn to say no to some requests to maintain your personal limitations. A woman will start considering you as a high-value man when they realize that you put your own needs first. This shortage makes you more attractive because it sets you apart from guys who are always readily available.